Voted the best sports show in New Mexico
for 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck.
I think I might have said this before, but once you think you got this thing figured out, realize you don't and go the other way. Once you've convinced yourself you know who's going to win what series. Oh, that guy's hurt. They can't win without him. Go the other way. Once you figure out, oh, they're healthy. They just dominated the last game and they're going home. That is this year's playoffs, and that proved again last night in the National Basketball Association as the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard, and they may be without him for a while, won in Utah 119-111. Paul George had his career-defining night, or at least he hopes so. And the Hawks down a million in the I don't know, maybe not a million. 20 what in the first half? Go on the road and come back and stun the 76ers 109-106. What is good? Greetings to you and Merry Thursday. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. I think we both got both of those wrong last night because we both thought we might have known something.
Yes, and I absolutely love it. What we saw out of first Paul George in a moment that he needed to have a huge game. People are like, nah, he can't do it. They don't have a chance going back to Utah. And he played unbelievable, 22 points in the first half. Reggie Jackson stepped up big in the second half. Then PG had his moments in the fourth quarter to close out that basketball game. A tremendous performance from the Clippers. And then just an unbelievable collapse from Philadelphia.
You know, for every collapse, there's a comeback. And so you've got to give Atlanta a little bit of love. But insane what they are. And so I want to start with the Clippers first. Because I think when we saw Kawhi out and then being and look, this isn't over now. They still got to go back and close this thing out at Staples. And it sounds like the thing with Kawhi could be an ACL. It could be more. They want to do more imaging. If it's an ACL, they know. They're just not letting the world know. But they want to go back in and do more imaging and see what else might be wrong or might not be wrong. Is that light extremely bright on me today? It is, right? I mean, like I look like I painted my face in this, yeah, on the TV side. All right, just making sure. I was like, dang, did I just not sleep or what
right.
The hell? It's really bright in here. All right, just making sure. I just they still got to go back and the Kawhi thing, Lord knows. Last night for Paul George was probably is it ridiculous to say maybe the biggest night of his career?
No.
Okay. I think, and he's shown. He showed up. He shined. He scored 37 points. He had 16 rebounds. He played 40 minutes. He did turn the ball over 5 times, but he led in a game in which he absolutely was needed. And again, you and I said, you know, he's not going to have a 49-point night. All right, he didn't. He had a 37-point night and got some help, and that was enough.
And I love to see this from Paul George because he's been the target of the Clippers' struggles, and he hasn't played well before in the playoffs, but he's played really good this entire postseason. He had a night last night where it's going to be his game. He stepped up, and he delivered, and I love to see that because no one thought he could do it. No one thought the Clippers could do it. Missed the opportunity for the Jazz at home to take control of this series with the news hitting on Kawhi Leonard and then the Clippers having to deal with it. But the effort that they came out with is, you know, it shows this team has responded since those first 2 games against the Dallas Mavericks. There were legit questions about where they were, who's leading them, how are they going to come together. And last night, overcoming Kawhi Leonard being out, seeing Paul George step up the way he did, it reinforces kind of the thoughts coming into the game that could be the best team that's left. Now without Kawhi Leonard, it's a bit of a struggle, but they're still on their path to at least get to Western Conference Finals and get at least half that roof, break half that ceiling to make that move, and you'll see just how far they can go without Kawhi.
Donovan Mitchell's not right either, right? Look, everybody's dealing with it. I mean, everybody. I don't know. I was thinking, in some respects, except for Milwaukee, they've been playing without Dante DiVincenzo, which is a big piece for what they do. Everybody's got an injury issue, right? Except for does Atlanta?
They do. If you look at what's still really impressive about their future is DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish.
Yeah,
haven't been playing.
Yeah, so they're doing it without those guys. So everybody's dealing with it, right? Everybody's got something. It's different to lose DeAndre Reddish or Cam Hunter than it is to lose Kawhi Leonard or to lose Kyrie Irving or to lose James Harden. And with the Nets did the other night, now they got to go do it again tonight because I think they're going to be without both of those guys again tonight in Milwaukee. They've got to go find a way to do that. I just was so impressed by what Ty Lue did last night and the way the Clippers played. And honestly, as much as when I look at these great performances, and this goes to the whole for every comeback there's a collapse, you got to be disappointed in the Jazz. That was an opportunity to take a stranglehold on a series. Kawhi's out, and I don't know if it certainly didn't happen with Milwaukee. Do you rest easier? Do you say, well, they're without Kawhi, they can't beat us now? All right, well, I mean, mentally, do you kind of get into your head, well, we got this? Because I don't know how much that plays into it, because I felt that the whole night the Jazz were just a gear slow.
I think that's a fair question to bring up in this conversation, and especially for Utah being back home where they had success in the first two games. And if you look, what did we talk about so much in this series? The Clippers competed in Utah. It was 4.5 points, the average margin of victory in the first two games, and then the Clippers went into LA and just rolled them. And so maybe there was a sense of, all right, we're back home. They're without Kawhi. They're going to take the biggest hit. We're going to figure it out. And the first half was fine for the Jazz. It was in the second half down the stretch when you saw some of the limitations of Donovan Mitchell, who wasn't creating, getting inside as much as
he's not 100%.
Like, because he's not 100%, settling for a lot of jump shots. But then just the massive shots that the supporting cast, Morris, Reggie Jackson hit in the second half.
Yeah, Reggie Jackson's been terrific when he's been terrific, if that makes any sense. All right, we got a lot to do for you today. Coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, Jeremiah Francis is going to be with us, the Lobo guard, one of the guards that maybe you know the name, one of the players who is held over from last year, at least for now, right? The North Carolina transfer. As Lobo basketball is in practice, as things are moving for them, how's things going over there? And you hear from Richard Pitino a lot, but I certainly wanted to hear from some of the players and what do they think and how has the transition been for a guy like Jeremiah Francis. And so we're going to hear from him coming up at 9 o'clock. We'll talk some Lobo basketball. We'll get in certainly to United's victory last night, 2-0. They beat San Antonio FC out at Isotopes Park. Broke a scoreless string for United and a nice victory for them. We got to get into the Hawks. U.S. Open is going to be underway today. I will update you all morning long on that scoreboard because I think you're going to be interested. And there's a lot of baseball to talk about, including Diamondbacks got beat last night, JJ. We got history, and the Orioles aren't far behind. And here come the Rockies. And why? I mean, never mind Tiger Grip or what's the spider sticky? How about why can't anybody win on the road? What are people doing that they can't win on the road? That's what I want to know. What are they doing to the visiting locker rooms? That was Major League Baseball needs to be looking into. Stephanie's producing on the radio side on a Thursday morning. It's Aaron on the TV side. You can watch our show on ProViewNetworks.com, Comcast Channel 26. Our Facebook page is The OD in the AM. Call the show. Quan's Auto Care Hotline, 505-246-0610. You can send an email. Same number, NMDOT text line, 505-246-0610. Or send us emails, Jeff or JJ at SportsAnimalABQ.com. Happy Thursday to you, or at least to some of you. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. The opening drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26. Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted, well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One-two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Siembieda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez. Long look in, there's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights. 2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits a Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
Let's see if it...
U.S. Open will start here in about a half hour at Torrey Pines in San Diego. That's when the first group will go out. The first group, of course, a big one for you, JJ. Eduardo Molinari, Satith Tigela, and Grayson Sigg. The other group that will go off the other side will be Thomas Aiken, Brad Kennedy, and Andy Pope. Okay, so your big names aren't going off early. Yeah, you guys don't have to get up and be there at 6:45 to go off early. So I'll keep you up to date because one of those guys is going to be leading here pretty soon at the U.S. Open. I guess that's
You're
cool.
Gonna see your name at the top of the leaderboard.
I get at some point you take a picture, your name's at the top of the leaderboard.
Bogey the opening hole.
And then you're screwed. You got some names going out. Justin Thomas goes off at 8:30 our time, 8:29 if you really want to play. So that's when we'll start getting some names out there. All right, Hawks and Sixers last night, and I just are they just not ready? Is that what Philadelphia is? Because I don't know how to explain it. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and pretend I watched every second of it, because actually I was at the airport dealing with the world not ready to open, which is, I'll get into my rant later. 109, 106. And I watched the highlights. I've watched a lot of analysis on this. And I honestly, for the life of me, are they just not ready? Because they're better than Atlanta, and that's not taken from Atlanta. That doesn't mean Atlanta's not good.
Look at what they did in the first half.
Yeah.
Look how good Joel Embiid was. He
Unbelievable.
responded. He bounced back. But to lose back-to-back, at least 18-point leads in the playoffs, something that hasn't happened in the last 25 years, and that's what Philadelphia just did. And we have our percentage on this show, comeback versus collapse. And the Hawks had to make a lot of shots, which they did in the second half.
Yeah.
But this is 70% collapse, 30% comeback.
All right, so I watch enough 76ers basketball in the postseason now to get a pretty good idea. Maybe you can help me, or maybe I've got to call a basketball, I don't know, an NBA guy. Why am I watching such total different Joel Embiids at times in the same game? And you can tell me he's got a meniscus issue in his knee, and that's great. But why is he still so stinking good in one half and so borderline invisible in the second half? For the life of me, I watch it and I'm like, okay, what it tells me is they're just not ready. Without knowing them, without being intimately involved with that team, without following them on a daily basis, I'm watching a team with Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. I'm watching Seth Curry shoot like Steph Curry. They got a coach who's won a championship, and I'm trying to make sense of what I watch with that particular team, because honestly, you can make as much a case for that team to win a championship as you can for anybody outside of a healthy Brooklyn right now. And you can make as good a chance for them to be out in the next game because they cannot finish it. It just feels like they're not mature and they're not ready.
I don't know how they can't be ready at this point in time.
I agree with that.
They've been there, done that in the postseason. They've had their moments. Kawhi ripped it away from them with that shot a couple years ago. Joel Embiid battling. And Doc Rivers is going to get a chance to hang out with Mike Budenholzer and talk about what could have been. You saw the last 2 years now for Doc Rivers, they're on the cusp of being some of the worst years we've ever seen for a coach, given the teams that he's had and what could happen. Because Joel Embiid, to your point of him being a roller coaster, I think a little bit is the knee last game, but the first half it didn't look like it was a knee problem. So what happened at halftime? Well, then you said, all right, Atlanta adjusted a little bit. I'm looking at Tobias Harris and saying, dude, this is your Paul George moment. Like, you can take over. Ben Simmons can't shoot. We know that. And so that's not changing right now. People are losing their minds. Like, Ben Simmons is never going to be a superstar. Ben Simmons can't be this guy. Well, Ben Simmons needs to attack the basket and then set others up. Someone like Tobias Harris to hit a shot, because he is a creator on the perimeter. They have the balance to do that. And in the fourth quarter, it was Seth Curry and Joel Embiid were the only two players to hit a shot. So, yeah, it's on Ben Simmons. Maybe he's not necessarily the guy that we expect him to be, but he can still be a contributor on this roster. So I'm looking around, and you go right back to Doc Rivers saying, what is your team's mindset? How has this happened twice?
What's my point?
And this was a 26-point lead at one point in time.
So
back-to-back playoff games, we have absolutely collapsed. So it starts there, and then it goes throughout Joel Embiid, and I think all the questions we had about the Clippers, let's move those to the 76ers and say, who's leading that team?
That's fair.
Who's bringing them together right now?
It's fair. Let me give you some information to support what you just said, because for every comeback there's a collapse, and what's the percentage? And you put this at 70% collapse, 30% comeback. According, and ESPN has a stats and information and research team that is pretty spectacular. According to them, 76ers became the only team in the last 25 years of the playoffs to lose back-to-back 18-point leads in a playoff game. So the only team to lose consecutive games where they had back-to-back 18-point leads. The 22-point halftime deficit, which the Hawks overcame, third largest halftime deficit overcome in the NBA postseason in the history. Not in the 25 years, not in modern era history of the NBA. The 22 points was the third largest halftime deficit overcome. The Sixers, over the past 25 seasons, when they lead by at least 25 points at any point in the game, regular season or playoffs, like they did last night, were 165-0. Undefeated, never lost. And they've got this win percentage. So at one point, when they were up by whatever they were up by, the win percentage probability was at 99.7. According to that computer, the Hawks had 0.3% to win the game. They won the game. They trailed by 24 points, Atlanta did, with 2:10 left in the third quarter. JJ, that means there's 14 minutes and 10 seconds left, and they were up by 24 points and proceeded to urinate down their leg. I don't know. Is there another better way? You want a less graphic way to put it? I mean, how else?
It's pretty
Give me a better way.
graphic
I'm listening.
What Philadelphia did last night. And then to see Lou Williams. Lou Williams, man. Get yourself some lemon pepper wings back in the ATL. You deserve it now.
Yeah. Lemon
What
pepper.
a performance. And Danilo Gallinari with ice in his veins. Turnaround jumper. So at the exclamation point on the comeback for the Hawks. Just tremendous if you're watching it from Atlanta's perspective of not giving up and seeing what Trae Young's doing. And more of the same for Philadelphia.
Yeah, I just it's stunning. It's stunning. So if you had Atlanta and if you had the Clippers last night, you probably made yourself some money.
Good on you.
If you had money line on both those games and you had those figured out, good on you. And I'm not betting, man. I'm glad I don't. Honestly, I'm glad I don't because I would be getting smoked. I'm leaning the wrong way almost every day now. Every time I think I've got a feel on a series, the way it shifted, the storylines are crazy. And injuries are a big deal. LeBron came out yesterday and he ripped on the league for the quick start, playing early. And look, so we had this conversation the other day. Some of these soft tissue, non-contact injuries, but I knew exactly. She didn't know. Stop it. You're the king. You're not the Lord. But he's angry. A lot of people are angry. They all didn't want to listen to me about the start of the season. I knew exactly what would happen. I only wanted to protect the well-being of the players, which ultimately is the product and benefit of our game. These injuries isn't just part of the game. It's the lack of pure rim rest before starting back up. 8, possibly 9 All-Stars has missed the playoff games, most in league history. This is the best time of the year for our league and our fans, but missing a ton of our fav players, it's insane. If there's one person that know about the body and how it works all year round, it's me in capital letters. I speak for the health of our players, and I hate to see this many injuries this time of year. Sorry, fans. Wish you guys were seeing all your favorite guys right now. It's LeBron James. Well, he's not wrong. I mean, like as far as missing the playoffs, it stinks. I don't know if they're all attributed to lack, to the quick turnaround. By the way, the players could have opted to not do this, right? I mean, wasn't this collectively bargained?
I don't know.
Yeah. Also, everybody's hurt. It is crazy, and one guy knew it. Nobody listened to the guy.
Well, he did say before training camp started.
Yeah, he would, and a lot of people did. Yeah.
And I think we've talked about it so many times as well. This is a moment for the NBA to shift their calendar, and I think it would have been a positive for their game, is to start later, to then go into next season around Christmas to start it. Yeah, you're going a little bit later in the summer, but if you start shifting your calendar, you're going to be fine. You can still have your draft, your late summer, early fall camps, the stuff that goes on, and really have the light shown on your product in June and early July. But they're back to the regular schedule next year.
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that, and they could run into the same issue. And by the way, the turnaround if Kawhi's hurt, who knows how long the injuries linger for Kyrie Irving, James Harden. I mean, just go down the list. And you got the COVID protocol. Chris Paul. All right, 505-246-0610, 8889-220-610. Jeremiah Francis, Lobo Guard, is going to be with us coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. We're going to talk Lobo basketball with him. You can get in at 505-246-0610 or emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Father's Day is this coming Sunday. I've got the spot for you to get a really, really cool Father's Day gift. Something that you maybe haven't done before. It's all in autographs at 2225 Wyoming Northeast, just south of Manal. They open at 11 o'clock today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. And if you tell them you heard about it on the radio, more specifically, if you tell them you heard about it on the opening drive on the Sports Animal, you will get $25 off your order of $100 or more. What do they have? It's amazing. So I've told you it's like a museum, but you can take part of the museum home. It's displays and jerseys and cards and pictures and just amazing stuff that you're not going to see anywhere else. And it's not just sports. They've got entertainment stuff, music stuff. There's a Prince display, a Taylor Swift signed guitar, an Elton John and Billy Joel signed 8x10, Grateful Dead backstage pass. I mean, just crazy stuff that maybe you never even thought about, and you're going to go in and go, man, Dad's going to love that, or I'm going to love that. History. I don't know, Tiger Woods tournament used scorecard. That's pretty rare, isn't it? Buzz Aldrin signed Apollo 11 moon landing framed photo signature cutout. Really, really cool stuff. Go in and take a look at All in Autographs. I know you're going to love the place, and look around and you're going to find something you like. Whether it's for you, whether it's for Dad, they open at 11 o'clock today. And again, tell them you heard about them on the opening drive, on the Sports Animal, and you will get $25 off a purchase of $100 or more. They're at 2225 Wyoming Northeast. You can call them. The number is 505-504-7575. That's 505-504-7575. All in autographs at 2225 Wyoming Northeast.
This report is brought to you by John Thomas.
This one swing, it's going to go straight. Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the third out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the third out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep the students, teachers, and staff safe. We can also help every business reopen and keep their employees and customers safe as well. Don't just disinfect. Novalent antimicrobial technology provides ongoing residual protection against bacteria and viruses and is proven to last up to 90 days. That's right, up to 90 days. Call us today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer Zero for static switches and power distribution units. High-tech power protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever, no one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures.
Bucks face elimination tonight against the Nets. That game will be in Wisconsin. And Utah last night had an opportunity to take control of their series. The Clippers, they lose at home. Clippers beat them 119-111, and then that collapse by the Sixers, 109-106 by the Hawks. Isotopes Park last night. Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park, what called the ball pitch. United got a 2-0 victory over San Antonio FC. Josh Suggs with the first goal in a while, 33rd minute, 200th of his career. Austin Yearwood with a second goal as the home side got the result and moves up in the table with the victory over the other side of San Antonio. Nice win for them. They needed that. They controlled possession. I think the number I saw was 72%, and it looked pretty dominating.
Yeah, much better build-up play, really good linking in the final third. Yearwood and Suggs, especially in that first half, down the would be the far side if you're watching on TV. Really good overlapping play, the build-up and initially leading the ball inside, then Suggs scoring the first goal, and then Yearwood with an absolute golazo for his first professional goal. Just a beautiful strike. Got 3 points, looked much better than he did on Saturday, and then hit the road.
They'll be on the road for a while now, but a good one for them. What did they do differently? Like, Troy talked about it during the week about how they've got to be able to find opportunity, and coming off a match in which they had 0 shots on goal, and then I think there was a 0-0 draw in there before that, and then they got shut out 1-0. I mean, it had been a minute before they scored.
San Antonio played a little bit different. They chased the game. They came out. They were trying to attack themselves as opposed to just sitting back as much as Austin did, and then it was possession with a purpose instead of just getting caught passing around and letting the defense dictate. They were pushing the ball forward. They were running down the wings instead of just sending crosses in. They were playing the ball to the feet of their forwards or getting it to their midfielders on their feet, attacking the 18-yard box, and then it led ultimately to Josh Suggs' goal. They had a nice little 2-3 touches on the build-up inside instead of just getting caught deep, cross into nowhere. And it was just about getting inside, making sure that you don't settle, and being in attack mode.
So win last night. Next up, they're on the road. Where are they next? It's Colorado Springs, I believe, right? Or is it Real Monarchs. One of those two. But they're on the road, and a good win for United last night. All right, Steph, I got an email on you. And Glenn wants to know, what does Hama mean? So he said he was listening to Superstar, Jim Villanucci, the other day. And I guess you were producing that show, and he was calling you Hama, and wants to know what the story is behind that.
He just made up a name, and it's actually the Hammer.
Oh,
But
is that
it's
what that says?
however-
Hama.
Yeah, however
Hama.
he says it.
All
but
right.
He just came up with that.
Oh, he's
I'm
so
not
creative,
sure.
huh? He's so witty, that Jim Villanucci.
I know.
Take the ER off it.
Yeah.
and there
Oh,
you
so
go.
it's Hama. So that's what
The
that that's spelling right there. Hama.
I guess.
All right.
I know. I've been getting calls from like my brother and my family and stuff.
Really? All right. All right. Well, I'm not going to use that. Is that all right?
Oh yeah. No, that's fine.
You down with that? I
Yeah.
mean, I know he's a superstar, and he's just ask him. He's really, really good. I know. But is it all right if I don't use that?
Oh no, you're perfectly fine.
Okay. All right. I'm down. Thank you. I didn't know the story behind that.
I'm used to like the Steph Cat you guys
Yeah.
use or whatever. Yeah. I'm
We'll
perfectly
find
fine.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you'll be gone, and then who knows?
I hope not.
I mean, who knows? All right, Tella sent me one, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. Not on the tee from the USA, Tiger Woods. These majors aren't the same, Jeffy. You don't have callers asking for Grayson Stig updates, asking how Andy Pope's scorecard is looking. No, you're right. You're right. What do you want me to tell you, dude? Then don't watch. This is one of those, tell us you're right. There's no Tiger. Phil's playing today. I think you're interested in Phil. I think you're interested in Bryson and Brooks. I think you're going to be interested in some of these guys. You're right. Nobody's going to ask me how Grayson Stig is doing. Nobody knows what a Grayson Stig or an Andy Pope is. If I asked you 20 minutes ago what sport they played, 90% of you would not get it right if I put in multiple choice, right? If I said Grayson Stig.
Is Grayson Stig a person?
If I said his occupation is golf, tennis, hockey, or baseball, would you have known? Me neither. All right, you're right. So either you got an option. You can watch it or you don't. It's your call. Tiger ain't playing, man. Tiger wrecked a car and his leg and foot are all jacked up, and he may never play again. And that's the reality. So I don't know. Now you got a choice. It's kind of like I tell people on Global Basketball. Well, we're not going to know these players, and then they come and go. Okay, you got a choice. You can accept how time has moved on, and that they're going to have new guys in here every single year. You got to find another sport to be passionate about, or something else to be passionate about. It doesn't even have to be a sport. Like the constant has changed, man. You don't have to like it. Just kind of have to deal with it and roll with it. That's how it is. Is that too harsh? I mean, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to? Oh, Tiger will be back one day. It'll be okay. What do you want me to tell him?
No Tiger, but plenty of storyline.
I don't. What do you want me to tell you?
Maybe
There's
Tiger
all
will
kinds
put
of
his
storylines
dog
at this
into
Open.
the Westminster.
And I think as the day goes through and now you get through the weekend, I think you're going to find you're really going to like this one. Dan's in on the injuries. Jeffrey, Juan Jose, no Gato Roberto y Gato Estefe. That's what he said. Gato Roberto, Gato Estefe. I'm hearing Kawhi has ligament damage, and it's because he was so tired because of the short off season. Didn't all these guys have 4+ months off between mid-March and the end of July? And at the time everything was shut down, so they had nothing to do but rest. The Clips didn't go deep in the tournament. They were done by mid-September. Maybe Kawhi has just officially become one of those guys who's always hurt. Well, he is hurt a lot. So I don't know where you're getting time off between mid-March and the end of July. How you figuring that? Oh, okay. That was the shutdown. So does that factor into it? So this is really interesting, this conversation, because you can't prove you don't know how to prove that are guys blowing out knees and stuff and groins because the short rest. His point's not wrong. They did have mid-March through July off, right? Yep. And then they did have that run in the bubble. There's no argument that the off season, especially for those who went late into the playoffs, was a short off season. Philly did not go deep into the playoffs, if I recall, did they? Joel Embiid.
Second round.
The Clippers did not go deep into the playoffs. I know that's right. Kawhi's injury. Anthony Davis did. I mean, you can talk to me about that. I just all of these injuries that are happening are not. I mean, all those teams didn't. A lot of them had 3, 4, 5, 6, and some of these teams didn't go to the bubble. So
all these teams did.
All of these teams did, yeah. The ones that are playing now that are still left
in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, the Jamal Murray thing. I mean, I'm listening. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe there's something to it. One guy knew and everybody else didn't. But I'm listening. I mean, there could be something to it. But they
part of it too. It's not just rest. It's about being prepared. And last year, no one knew what was happening. And you could work out at home, do some sit-ups and push-ups. Even the NBA guys didn't have places to go.
Yeah.
And so there's an element to that. You can just sit there and do nothing, and that doesn't mean your body is going to be in good shape. It's going to be in worse shape.
Are you getting your body in shape to be a professional athlete? Yeah, I think that's fair. AC says, "Hey Jeff, keep those Xander and Phil updates coming this morning." See, there you go. I'm just telling you, there's ways to look at it. Sure, AC. As soon as they get on the court, I'll let you know. And that's how that goes.
Aaron, it was really good 10 days for Phil.
Is that what you heard? Is that what Phil told you? All right. That means he's not going to make. That means he won't make the cut. See, that's what that means. All right, 246-0610. Keep them coming. And again, first group's pretty much getting to the tee right about now. So I'll get you open updates as they continue.
How do you get yourself ready? We're sitting here talking about load management, off time, etc. You just need to get yourself into the gym. F45 training, just 45 minutes. You're going to be ready to attack your day. No more excuses. F45 is the gym for you. You're talking about high-intensity interval training in just 45 minutes. You're hitting cardio. You're hitting strength. You're going to be prepared to attack your day. When you get a great workout in, it's going to trickle over to everything else that you do. You'll probably find yourself sleeping better, eating better, having a little bit more energy throughout the day, so there's no more excuses. You can do it, and it's just going to cost you 45 minutes. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Check out the Northeast Heights location, 5920 Holly Northeast. Really good access right there at Paseo I-25 from wherever you're coming from in the city. And F45 Training is a gym that is for everyone. Whether you're someone that wants to kickstart your fitness or challenge yourself to get to another level, the classes are designed for any fitness level. You can get in there. You start with the weight that works for you, then gradually progress. And with the programs that they have, you go in classes, set up monitors on the wall so you can keep track of which pod you're in, what workout it is. And that's what I'm saying. It's just 45 minutes. Everything is set up. You don't have to walk around the gym wondering what's next. Classes are set. Look at the schedule. Check them out. You can find one that works for you. Classes are available 7 days a week, and you can sign up for your free trial on the app. So let's get it. No more excuses. F45 Training, just 45 minutes. F45training.com. Download the app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Staples Connect helps your business grow with custom predict.
Start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
You think the world's ready to open? Steph, things are happening. People are moving. People are ready to move, but I'm just telling you the world's not ready for it yet. JJ, let me tell you a story. You been to a restaurant?
I have.
Short-staffed, right? So you have patience because people aren't back at work, right? You've, I don't know if you've been to a bank. I mean, you've been anywhere else? Been to a store? I mean, right? So we had a flight last night, or so we thought. Remember, Steph, I was doing the show from somewhere else today. But I'm here live in studio with you, right? See me, Aaron? That's right, that's me. All that bright light on my pasty, tired face. So we had a flight last night, Addie and I. It was her first flight in a year and a half. Over a year and a half. We're going to see family. She was going to go spend today. Her and I were taking a drive up the coast today. We're going to have lunch on the coast. She wanted to go see UCLA. We're starting to look at colleges and whatever. Just look at campuses. And just Addie and Daddy Day. Tomorrow she was hanging out with Nana, taking it, right? So we get to the airport and we get a text. She's like, no way. And they canceled the flight. The flight was canceled. And I guess there's been a lot of flights canceled. But found out this morning that there was a crew shortage. I was told by somebody at the online. Here's something we're going to run into as a society, because people aren't back to work for whatever reason, whether they're not hiring enough. So the airport shuttle bus, where you park, they're only running one. Normally there's like 2 or 3 or 4 that are rotating, because the airports are full. Flights are full. They initially said, yeah, you're not going to be able to go till Friday. We found one late flight tonight, but everybody's moving. Every flight is full because of all these cancellations. But there's not enough agents, so the line, we were in line for probably an hour and a half trying to rebook as I was on the phone. TSA, I asked the JJ, the TSA pre-line is not open, so they put you through, everybody's going through one TSA line. And by the way, it's like people didn't know how to do it. But I asked the gentleman, why? He says there's just not enough people working to work multiple TSA checkpoints at the Albuquerque airport. So there's not enough people working there. And again, I don't know if this is because they just haven't hired back enough yet, or people don't want to go to work. But so there weren't enough people there, so that was incredibly slow. There weren't enough agents, so that line was long. If you go in on the phone, like I called National, the rental car to change the car, that I was on hold for a crazy long time. There's just not enough people working to handle what we're all doing. And I'm starting to find, no matter where you go, if you go to a store, you go to a restaurant, like we're moving. California, New York, all came out of their COVID closures or whatever, or their, what's the word I'm looking for? When they opened up, they pulled back all restrictions. But it's not infrastructure, but it's kind of it kind of is. Commerce infrastructure isn't ready to go. There's not. So my moral of the story, JJ, is I had a teenage girl in tears, and we'll make an adventure out of it, and hopefully we get out today. But be patient, because as you start to move again, as you start to go to a store, to an event, to a restaurant, things are going to be slower for a while. I just don't think we're prepared. There's no cars. There's no rental cars. I just don't think commerce is ready to handle this onslaught that people are just hungering for events and going in masses, and it's going to take a minute before we get back to speed. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I got it firsthand last night. Just had to explain, look, babe, this is a little adventure, She's like, I knew I should have been looking forward to some. It's like when they canceled cross-country season, then they canceled lacrosse season, and then they, every time I look forward to something, babe, we're going to get there. We lost a day, maybe we lose 2 days. But it's a bummer. But that's we're going to all be tested on patience, and it kind of made sense. And I watch people losing their minds. I've experienced, people are cranky. Have you experienced that at all, Steph? As you've been moving around, like people are just not nice.
Very cranky.
Yeah, and I started to understand it a little bit more yesterday. It's just, how do you handle these setbacks? How are you going to handle the extended waits and your flight getting canceled and your reservation getting canceled, or them not being able to give you the service that you were so used to? I understand why people are cranky. I was kind of cranky, actually.
That's why so many people are fighting on flights.
Yeah. I honestly think that might be that might be part of it. Anyway, that's my little philosophy for the day. All right, when we get back, 9 o'clock this morning, Jeremiah Francis is going to be with us. Lobo Guard, we're going to talk Lobo basketball. Open's underway. Rafa Nadal news. We got a lot of baseball stuff. Can we get into the Diamondbacks again? Because that's going to be my daily story until they're not. History in Major League Baseball last night. It's the opening drive. We're on ProView Networks and 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One-two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will get to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez. Long look in, there's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights. 2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hit to Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the 3rd out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the 3rd out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep the students, teachers, and staff safe. We can also help every business reopen and keep their employees and customers safe as well. Don't just disinfect. Novalent antimicrobial technology provides ongoing residual protection against bacteria and viruses and is proven to last up to 90 days. That's right, up to 90 days. Call us today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stand.
7 a.m. where is your brother?
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and J.J. Buck.
I knew I had to be big tonight and got to be big going forward. That was Paul George after he was big last night in the Clippers' victory. 119-111, they beat the Jazz. 37 points in 16 for the guy with maybe the worst nickname, or PG-13. I guess it's good because PG-13 has another meaning. But his name is Paul George, and he wears 13. But he was good. You know what? I heard, who was it on ESPN? It was Perkins, Kendrick Perkins. I heard a really good nickname yesterday that I like. Ice Tray for Trae Young.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember ice trays before? You used to get ice out of the freezer. Just you put your ice right there. We used to have ice trays. We have to make ice. Steph, you remember? Do you remember ice trays?
Metal ones.
I do.
Yes.
back we had to make our own damn ice back in the day. Ice Tray's a really good name. Ice Tray had 39 and led the Hawks to a come-from-behind, improbable win in the city of brotherly love, 109-107. The Hawks have a 3-2 lead. Can the Hawks win the championship?
Yes.
I mean, if everybody, you'd give them the least, right? The least chance? But they're up 3-2. How do you give them a less chance than the Sixers?
I don't think they have a less chance at all. I think the team that I think is completely broken is Milwaukee, but then they could still
they're
win
gonna
that
win
series
tonight.
because they're not as broken as everyone else.
Yeah.
And I am not out on the Suns. There's so many people
There's
like,
no reason to be out on the Suns.
oh, too bad for Phoenix.
No.
I don't know. Not there yet.
Look, whoever the Suns play,
Chris Paul's on the court. He's going to be playing fine.
Chris Paul will be on the court probably after first two games. And by the way, whoever they play is going to be broken too. Donovan Mitchell's not 100%, and Kawhi Leonard, really good chance might not be there.
Really, they are the healthiest conference finals team.
Yeah, no doubt. 505-246-0610. Wayne, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hi, Wayne.
Good morning. Hey, thank you, Jeff. Nice thoughts about kindness and patience. I liked your thoughts. I'm excited about the Nets game tonight. This series just proves that I'm never going to bet any of my money on a sports event ever because I'm just going to get it wrong. It was really cool, though, to see James Harden out there, even if he was only a decoy, to just to help with that victory. So, I'm going to predict that the Nets are going to do just great tonight, but tomorrow I'll probably be wrong.
It's crazy how the swings have gone back in these playoffs, and it's been somewhat predicated by injury, but not all predicated by injury. I mean, there's just a lot of improbability.
Yeah, the injury is just I have to agree with people who say that the injuries this year seem to be the difference maker.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that's right. That's right.
Well, have a good one. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it.
Later. I heard. I don't know what I was watching. Should this year's champion have an asterisk? No, they're not going to have stop it with the asterisk. The Lakers get one last year because it was played in a bubble? No. I mean, you win a championship. Each year is different, and each year there's challenges. There's no easy road to winning a championship. And I don't want to hear, well, they went through – go through history and look at the teams who win and look at who they beat and how many injuries were on the other side. It's just like it's part of it. It is – I'll grant you that. It is a bigger part this year. And everybody's dealing with something. And isn't that what we always hear in sports? Well, it's the playoffs. Everybody's dealing with something. Now, we're dealing with injuries to all-stars. I gave you an all-star team yesterday of guys who are not playing right now. I mean, an all-star team of guys who are injured and out, from Jamal Murray and Anthony Davis to James Harden and Kyrie Irving. I didn't even put DiVincenzo on there. And does Klay Thompson count since they were in the play-in tournament? Does that count? I mean, it kind of counts, right? Donovan Mitchell's not whole. Porzingis wasn't whole. Kawhi Leonard's now out. Chris Paul's out on COVID protocol. I mean, go down the list. Everybody's dealing with something. And Jaylen Brown. Yeah, it's imperfect, highly imperfect. But somebody's going to win, and that doesn't make that championship any less. They won the battle of attrition. Who's deeper? Who's a better team? It's not just about who's got the greatest superstars this year, because
superstars have to be on the floor.
Yeah. What do you got around them?
And that's why some of these teams, it's going to hurt more, especially if you're Milwaukee and you lose this series to the depleted Brooklyn Nets. If you look back first-round series for the Portland Trail Blazers, they're sitting there going, man, we could have gone on a run. had we figured it out. So I think there's going to be more of an element of that as opposed to not looking at this championship as you would others.
I think that's right. But that doesn't mean there's going to be an asterisk. Somebody is going to fight through this thing. Somebody's going to fight through it and hoist a trophy. And you know what? It might taste even better because they're going to go through a hell of a lot of adversity. Whoever gets there is going to go through getting through injury, getting through COVID, getting through all whatever it is. There's always what does every team who hoists a trophy tell you? Everyone, we've been through so much, right? I mean, that's the one plug-in comment, right? This team's been through so much, and we never gave up, and we fought through so much and worked so hard, right? I mean, that's the constant, correct? And they're not wrong. None of them are wrong. And it means something different in each situation. It always means something. That team's been through injuries, and this team's been through, they lost a player or whatever, right? Yeah, they've all been through. And so what's going to make this year any different? Why? Because LeBron's not there? Because Kevin Durant is having to carry a team with 2 hurt superstars because Anthony Davis didn't play? I don't know. Is it any different than when Klay Thompson can't play and Kevin Durant went down with the Achilles? And I mean, go through history. Go through your recent history. And look through Kevin Love couldn't play. Go through recent history.
I didn't hear many people question Kawhi's second championship.
And they went through a
Yeah.
I just, this whole conversation about, well, there should be an asterisk because, no, stop it. It's one of the most ludicrous things that I've heard, and I've heard a lot of ludicrous things lately. Everybody's got to bloviate about something. Whoever wins is the champion. That's going to be the best team. Well, not really, Jeff, because no, it is. It is. It's a battle of attrition. That's why seasons aren't, you don't crown the regular season champion. That's why you have playoffs in these events. That's why your signings, your general manager, that's why you're deep in the draft is a big deal. That's why some of these back of the roster signings are big, right? Where'd Reggie Jackson come from? Where did Jeff Green come from? That's why, if not, just go watch the 3-on-3 tournament. What is it? What's Ice Cube's league called? The Big Three? Go watch that then. If you just want, if you don't think that's it, or let them go play one-on-one. But stop it with the asterisk talk, and it's a tainted championship, and it's AD was hurt and LeBron was okay. So should we just stop everything until they get healthy? Is that how that's supposed to work? LeBron's not full. Let's wait. We gotta wait for what are you gonna do, man? You got a damn season to play. Play it. That's how it happens. Everything in the history of sports. Go back. Not just this one, everyone. Go through football. How many times has your team lost a quarterback and the season would have been different? Or your left tackle got hurt. It's the way it is, man. It's more this year, I'll grant you that. It's more big names, it feels. I'll grant you that as well. But stop it with it's tainted and there's an asterisk and all that other garbage. And just because the King James said, I told you and nobody listened to me and I'm the only one to stop it too. With all due respect, a lot of people were saying that. And you might be right. But y'all went out and played. You didn't have to. You collectively bargained it. And now here we are, man. And so you're going to get a different champion. And I think the other reason a lot of people are struggling with this, it looks different. You might end up with a Utah-Milwaukee, and the networks will lose their mind, or Atlanta and Phoenix. And that's not the NBA that I know, but it's the NBA this year. Enjoy it. It looks different. Learn some new superstars. Enjoy some new players.
Yeah, and we thought it was going to definitely be a positive. And the injuries are incredibly frustrating. I'm not going to go overboard on LeBron. He's upset about his performance, his injury, but so many people were talking about it, and I'm just not going to dismiss it because LeBron said it. And it's something that I think these leagues are still trying to figure out how to get back on track. And it's
hard.
And you're right. They went out there and played, and it's not the main excuse. Because you look at the teams that are still out there now, Brooklyn's dealing with it. Kevin Durant's rising to the occasion. So I'm there when it comes to, if we want to have the conversation about it, how to get back on track, what's best for athletes in the league, I'm there with you. But it's not, to me, going to diminish anything that happens for this year's champion. Don't dwell on it. It's tough, but deal with it, move forward, because there's so many more teams in this situation that are going to be hurt next year, not just this year. Like the Nuggets season next year is lost without Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's not a guarantee to be back until what? I mean, what do you think, in February?
So that, like, there's so many things that happen, but in the moment, it is survival of the fittest and handle your business.
Sounds like life, doesn't it? 505-246-0610. We'll get to the phones when we get back on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Lowe's is your go-to for great gardening.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer Zero for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one, cover it with green stuff.
Another little life nugget. I don't know why I'm throwing life nuggets at you today, but I'm going to. So yeah, I don't know if you know, it was hot the last couple of days. You notice that? We've been over 100 like 3 days in a row, JJ. So I go into the office yesterday, and it was warm, like really warm. And you've been in my office, like there, you go through the office, and then went into my office, and it was like hot. The heater was on, and we're obviously not responsible enough to give us our own thermostat. Like it's got to be controlled by the powers that be at the office. I mean, but JJ, to the point where like you know when you walk into a sauna hot, like it was 90, 95 in my office. And it's all windows, and so I called, and actually I had a Zoom I had to get on right away, and then I called afterwards. I'm like, yeah, it's just uncomfortably hot, like really, 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 really bad in here. Last week it was freezing, and I'm cool with that, and she's like, okay, so you'd rather it be really cold than really hot? I'm like, I don't know. Is comfortable an option? Like, do I have to pay extra? Can you add to my rent for it to be? I got to choose between really cold and really hot.
Where's mild?
Is comfortable not an option?
Those are your two options.
Yeah. So somewhere, I don't know, 68-ish. Like, is that cool? Like, okay, I guess I could put on extra layers when it's really cold. Like, what are we doing sometimes? Anyway, opening drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Stephanie's producing 505-246-0610. JJ, I got a bunch of emails, restaurant experience emails, and all kinds of stuff that we'll get to. Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Hello, Edward.
What a glorious day.
Yeah.
You know, don't you love when they don't trust the common folk to regulate the temperature in the rooms? And it's either locked up or in a position of non-prominence where people can't access it, which only validates Leonard Nimoy's, or Spock, a.k.a. Spock's famous quote, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, because you got to eliminate variance in the temperature of the room. I find it interesting. Hey, yesterday was a great thread about the fish that saved Pittsburgh and one-on-one. You know, I just watched 4 episodes of White Shadow.
That's a good one. That's a good one, man. That's a lost one. JJ, I know we've had this conversation way back in the day. You ever see White Shadow?
No.
That's a great show. Great show.
Great show.
Where'd you find 4 episodes?
Well, I'm going to pick it up later. I'm going to binge watch later. But I do want to interrupt that with some Rockford Files. Rockford Files was off the hook. And the theme song, I might play it for you sometimes.
Yeah,
that might be my
one.
intro.
That was a great one.
Remember Hoser used to hit me with Van Halen? Yeah. That was my walk-up music. I got to work with Sphinx Cat, the closer. By the way, Mariana Rivera of the show.
Yeah.
Maybe Mariana Rivera.
Ooh, I see what she's
the
there.
closer.
Mari Stefa. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, one of the game changers in watching athletic competition is Twitter, because you could actually engage in Twitter that, what's trending and just follow comments. And then, of course, we have our phenomenal thread of texting and messaging, and it's awesome because you could just go back and forth, which we did last night. And, I don't know about PG-13. I'm kind of partial to Vinny the Microwave Johnson.
That's a good one.
Remember that was awesome. In the inception of the microwaves didn't come into play until like the late 70s.
That sounds about right.
And that was, that's about right. And then, of course, my favorite team of all time, the 83 76ers, with Bobby Jones and the Secretary of Defense. Remember that?
I forgot about that. I do remember it.
That's a great. And, of course, we talked last week about one of our favorite players, Jeff, you and I, the Iceman, George Gervin. But what I wanted to say was on our thread last night, Grady's son, which I'll protect the name to protect the innocent and he'll remain nameless. But he has a chance to go for 4 state championships tomorrow.
It's a big deal.
And I want to speak it into existence for my friend Grady.
Did you know that,
And
JJ?
I hope it's. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I was letting JJ know he was another. Grady's son is, and I believe him to be a sophomore. Is that not right?
Indeed.
Is in qualified for 5 events of the state
nice.
track meet this weekend. Yeah.
And I hope he delivers on each one of them. And you're right, Jeff. Don't be afraid to be great, and success is a choice, and you have to visualize championship performances before they actually occur.
Well, I just told him, Edward. I just sent on the text. I as you said, tell him Uncle Crusher said. I said, tell him Uncle X TV guy said to remember that you're prepared for this. You belong here, and don't be afraid to be great. I tell my daughter those things all the time. When I see when she's stepping up in competition, I said, you belong. You belong here, and you're prepared for this. Let it go happen, and don't be afraid to be great.
You know what? I'm going to put that in writing and hang it on my wall because that is awesome. And Uncle Crusher has advice for several people because my goal is to not only inform and educate, but also to entertain. Let me say this about PG-13. He did play well.
Yeah.
But you know who delivered last night? Jackson.
Reggie.
And I told my son on another thread, because that's all we do is thread at night, I said, if I was in the NBA, I would dress just like Jackson with long compression gear, a headband, sunglasses. He's playing with sunglasses out there.
Why does that not
and
surprise
shooting
me?
sleeves.
Yeah. Why does that not surprise me? That's your look of choice. That doesn't surprise me.
Well, let me just tell you, young Crusher, my son says, well, Dad, that's pretty much how you show up at the gym. I thought it was funny. That was a mic drop moment. But, it reminds me of when, who was the running back from the Rams? Tall guy.
Eric Dickerson.
Oh, dude, he had the most pimp look ever back in the late 70s and early 80s.
Big shoulder pads and goggles. Yep.
Indeed. Anyway, I thought I'd share those sentiments with you this morning. So thank you for letting me go random, and enjoy your day.
You as well. I held this until he was gone as well. Did you see this? Does this matter to you? Who's on the front of Madden?
Curse.
Is that a big deal? Is the curse been broken over the last few years?
I think Madden has done a good job. Players have responded, and they've put that behind them.
So for the first time in 12 years, there are 2 players on the cover of the Madden. Did you see this yet?
Yes.
All right. It'll be Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. I think that's kind of cool. So they're on the latest Madden cover. It's the 2022 EA Sports video game, which is culture now. Do you know, if you put the thing in my hand, I would not know how to play. I have no idea, and now it's so beyond me. Like I want to know, but I don't. I've told you my theory on video games. Like I will get addicted. I was talking to my nephew last night. We're FaceTiming because we're supposed to be there now, and he couldn't stop playing video games while he was on the FaceTime. Like I know my personality. I will waste way too much time playing the damn game. And honestly, Steph, back when I was married, my ex-wife bought me a gaming console, and I returned it, and she was insulted. But I don't want it. But anyway, I do want to kind of know how to play. So there's
Madden has done a good job over the last few years. Madden 21 was a very good game. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah. So the MVP edition is out. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes are on
2K needs to pick up their ish. NBA 2K21 was a disaster.
Was it? Why?
Gameplay, the flow was terrible. Controls were no good.
Really?
2K used to be my favorite game.
And now?
Disaster.
Huh. Are you a FIFA guy? Everybody seems to love the FIFA. Is it just because the game's really fun? Like, is it?
The game's fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a ton of different modes. They do a great job giving you a lot of options.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even my friends who aren't soccer people really enjoy playing the FIFA game. So, all right. Paul George last night was big. And Edward brought up PG-13. We're not going to play the nickname game today. There's too much going on. But I will give him take away playoff P. I think he's lost playoff P. Don't you? The way he's played this year, playoff P is not a fair moniker anymore.
You know, he could try to change the narrative.
Or it could be a positive thing.
Be a positive.
Yeah.
And I love that moment because Paul George is. Are we ever going to think of him in that Kawhi, KD. No.
I'll tell you what. If he puts this team on his back and
But
takes
he's
this team to a
good,
championship,
man.
oh, hold on. If he puts this team on his
of
back
course, that's-
and they win a championship and get the Clippers not only somewhere they've never been past this round of the playoffs, but win a championship and they do it without Kawhi, then then he'll be on that shelf. Yes.
That's why I think, so hesitant, because immediately early on everyone went right at Paul George.
Yeah.
They're struggling. Oh, well, because Paul George is on the team. Like, no, let's let this play out. Let's see what's up, because that dude can play, and his efficiency has been phenomenal. Last night was a huge moment. That's what we want to see from these players, these athletes, these superstars. We get it. It's still a team sport. You need guys to step up. But the best players in the game have to have their moments. The night before was Kevin Durant. Last night it was Paul George, 22 points in the first half, overcoming their narratives, showing out the opportunity that he had. And I think the team that I've gained the most respect for this postseason is the Clippers.
Is it right?
Is because it was what we hear throughout the week, Jeff. They're the same old Clippers. They're still my dad's
No,
Clippers.
I've said it. I've said it. When they lost those first two games, hell yes, I was on that.
And it's easy to buy into that. And you're sitting there going, how can that be? Like, you have this dude that is Kawhi Leonard, a monster. Paul George should be so much better. And they flipped the script. And it was a tough series against the Mavericks. They lost 2 games against the Jazz in close contests and came right back and dominated. And then with their backs against the wall again, came out through it. So Paul George and the Clippers are the team I'm looking at these playoffs going, wow. You're not going to go undefeated. You're going to lose some games. But how quickly they put the 5 straight losses behind him, came together, now overcoming Kawhi Leonard injury.
Yep.
Series ain't over, because now it's Utah that has to step up.
Well,
but just tremendous play by the Clippers.
I can't agree with you more. And if this is a gigantic if, because you said we're never going to view him on that shelf, and I'll tell you this: if that team wins a championship, and I'm not telling you that they're going to, because I don't think they are, okay. But I've also told you I think the team that comes out of the West is coming out of this series, and they very well may come out of this series. If they win a championship, it's going to be and they do it without Kawhi Leonard, right? Then that guy's on that shelf now, because it's going to be because he had more and more performances like we saw last night. Because they're not winning a championship if he doesn't play like that on a regular basis. They don't have to do it every night. They're going to lose a game, to your point. They're going to lose 3 games, but as long as they don't lose 4. So if they win a championship, that dude becomes elevated to that level, because this isn't going to be, well, they beat a depleted this team. Did you see who they're not with? They're playing without Kawhi Leonard, who we all believe is one of the 3 best players on the planet. And this guy put the team on his back. Yeah, then the narrative completely switches. There's no doubt. Meanwhile, did it ever get lost on you that team's trying to do it with the guys that played at Fresno State and San Diego State? Does that ever get lost on you? That's where the 2 superstars are from. They're not from Duke and Arizona State and Texas like Brooklyn's superstars. Not that there's anything wrong with that. They're not from Kentucky like Anthony. They're from Fresno State and San Diego State. Just saying. I'm just saying. It's like we're our Portland's guards from Weber State and Lehigh. I'm just saying. There's guys everywhere. There's bad guys everywhere too. Make sure the good guys outnumber them. Security for your home or your business is like insurance. You know you need it. You don't really want to pay for it, and then a bad guy breaks in. You realize you should have been prepared. Call IPS and be prepared. Be prepared and don't wait until it's too late. Let IPS and their highly trained armed guards and 24-hour patrols put a blanket protection over your home or your business. You understand what's going on in this community. Don't let yourself be a victim. If you go out of town, who's watching your home? If the good guys are there, they'll do exterior checks every day. If you ask them to, they'll pick up the mail, the newspaper, roll the garbage cans to the curb and back. All those things give you the peace of mind that you need. You've worked too hard to build what you've got. Don't let the bad guys come in and take it away. IPS is local. They will stay local. Aaron is committed to making Albuquerque a better and safer place to live and work. Call them at 897-2420. That's 505-897-2420. You can visit them online at ipsglobal.com. Committed to making Albuquerque a safer place to live and work. International Protective Service.
Calling
Calling all football
I-25
players, are you
northbound
looking to
PDs are
develop
on
your
scene of an
skills
accident.
this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today. Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that could happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide on Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America.
Just lose, baby. Just lose. Keep it going. You got a history in Major League Baseball. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 6 in the Sports Animal. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Stephanie is producing for you on the radio side. Aaron stretching and sleepy. Did you get some breakfast? Nobody brings you breakfast anymore. Back when they used to have three guys to do one guy's job, back when Alden and J. Pole and Josh all had to come in and produce a show that now Aaron can do by himself, when a guy would always bring breakfast. How come nobody's bringing you breakfast anymore?
Well, right now they're all at UNM, but hopefully maybe they'll bring me a burrito there.
Were they getting a degree on how to make breakfast? How to buy breakfast? I mean, there's pretty good stuff right there. Golden Pride's right there. Somebody bring the man a breakfast. All right. Diamondbacks have made history. They have now reached once precedented heights. They lost last night to the Giants in San Francisco 13-7. Diamondbacks have now lost, Steph, 22 consecutive road games. That ties the Major League worst. It's a record, right? It's still, I mean, if it's worse, it's still a record, right? Records can be bad, can't they?
They can be.
The New York Mets in 1963 and the Philadelphia Athletics in 1943. Both also lost 22 in a row on the road. It's the longest road losing streak since 1900. I don't know, we need to go back further than 121 years. So the Diamondbacks have lost 13 in a row. God, they're brutal. They've lost 27 of the last 29. They've lost 36 of their last 41 games. I told you during the break, I feel bad. My ex-teammate, Torey Lovello, is their manager, and he's probably not long for that gig, right? Because it's all going to come down on him, right? So they were 15-3. How do you go from 15-3 to this? Because the beginning of the season is a mirage.
So for Arizona and Baltimore, the Orioles are on a nice little streak with their 7.
Yeah, the Orioles are right behind them at 18 in a row, right?
18 in a row.
Yeah.
The last road game that both those teams won was a no-hitter.
Their guy pitched. It was like April 20-something.
So it's Madison Bumgarner.
That wasn't a no-hitter.
In 7 innings. And John Means in Seattle. And then they've lost every road game since.
That's insane. I did not know that. It's okay. They've lost 13 straight twice over the course of 2 months, JJ. 13-game losing streak. Twice. The first team with multiple 13-game losing streaks through an entire season since the 1962 brutal Mets. That was the team that lost 120 games. Still a modern era record. The Mets. They went 40, 42 and 120. It's brutal. Torey Lovello, and I feel so bad for him, he says, look, this is obviously nothing we ever expected, nothing we're proud of. We can't reverse anything that's happened over the past 40-plus days. We got to find a way to win a baseball game tomorrow, end quote. Their last road, what's today's date? The 17th? June 17th? Their last win was a week short of 2 months ago, April 25th, to your point, on Madison Bumgarner's 7-inning no-hitter. That was the second game of a doubleheader. Bumgarner's one of 4 starting pitchers on the injured list. Luke Weaver, Taylor Widener, Zach Galen, all on the injured list. They trailed by a run in the 8th and then got blown out. How long? Let it go, right? Keep losing. Set the record. Put the mark away, man. Put it in the 30s. Just lose, baby.
They made it interesting the last 2 days.
Yeah, they did. They were up 7-0 2 nights ago and came back and lost 8-7. Yeah, you get a little nervous when they're up 7-0. It's like, damn, they're going to win. And the Orioles are just as brutal. And by the way, neither one of those teams have the worst road record in baseball. You know who does? Yes, you do. Your former Colorado Rockies have won 5 times on the road. At least these guys have won 9 times on the road early in the season. I don't know what's worse. 22 in a row or only winning 5 times. You've got 3 teams.
At least the Rockies sprinkle in a road win every other week.
Yeah. I lose 5 in a row but win 1. Lose 6 in a row but win 1. Yes.
Smart.
The Rockies are on pace for the worst road record in the history of Major League Baseball right now. Over a season.
It's a great job by the Colorado Rockies. Like, you know what? We're going to stink on the road, but we're not going to be as bad as Arizona or Baltimore.
So help me. Is there a theory to this? I mean, is it too much sticky stuff at home? Home cooking, they got better sticky stuff, and they got more access to pine tar and sunscreen. Like there's a theory for everything, right? Has LeBron come out and told me why teams are losing at a record pace on the road in baseball yet? I'm kidding, kind of. But is there a theory to this? Why 3 teams are historically bad on the road?
They're just bad. There's no theory to it. They're just bad at baseball.
Yeah, because I haven't heard one. This is why. And
there's one that makes sense for the Rockies in their issues.
They're just bad.
They're a bad baseball team, and then they have very dramatic splits home and away, and they haven't been able to figure out that balance ever. Arizona, Baltimore, no bueno.
No bueno. No, just lose, baby. Keep it going. So let Baltimore keep going too. 22 in a row on the road. They'll be in San Francisco today. The Orioles have lost 18 on the road. They're in Cleveland today, and trying to figure that out. But it's if you got a theory, I'm listening. I mean, they're all valid, right? Is it because I don't know because Anthony Davis was hurt and so teams are bummed? I don't know, but it's crazy, and it's got to have something to do with spider tack. I don't know.
Oh, what's not crazy is your fitness. Find a way to get it in. It's just going to cost you 45 minutes. You're like, what? Well, F45 training, you can get a fantastic workout in just 45 minutes. Find a way to make it work. And with this schedule, classes available 7 days a week, you're going to be able to start focusing on your fitness. Get a high-intensity workout, strength, cardio, working on endurance, working on your stamina, and you're going to feel great after just 45 minutes in the gym. Check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today to see what it's all about. It's full body functional fitness. You're going to be doing a ton of different things. The new program that dropped a couple weeks ago has different focuses throughout the week, so you're not going to just overwhelm one body part. I'm really enjoying the new stuff. Tuesday and Thursdays, there's a lot of leg work. Wednesday, more cardio based, but it's not necessarily just being on a rower or treadmill for 45 minutes. You're putting your body through different reps and tempo sets and different exercises, which focus on those specific areas or types of training. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. And I haven't thought about what this kind of high-intensity training is like. The atmosphere is fantastic, and it is welcoming to anyone, whether you're someone that is yoked but wants to maybe get a few more pounds off, or someone that's looking to kickstart your fitness. F45 is the gym for everyone, and it will work for you. So check them out now, f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One-two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Piñeda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez. Long look in, there's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Piñeda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights. 2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hit to Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the 3rd out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the 3rd out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep the students, teachers, and staff safe. We can also help every business reopen and keep their employees and customers safe as well. Don't just disinfect. Novalent antimicrobial technology provides ongoing residual protection against bacteria and viruses and is proven to last up to 90 days. That's right, up to 90 days. Call us today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at...
Pretty damn hot in here, too.
It's a little warm.
Is it hot over there? I go where we can't be trusted to adjust the thermostat? Is comfortable an option? I mean, you want to be cold or I don't know. Comfortable feels right. 505-246-0610. Emails are in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Gopher wants to know if we're taking requests. He said, Jeff, with a name like Hamma, does that mean Steph Cat is too legit to quit? See what he did there? And then he sent the link. Yeah, no. Lars says, wrong time of year, Hefe. Yesterday, Ronchetti was showing a map with a hot high-pressure system, literally centered on University Stadium. It's supposed to drift west over the weekend, lowering the Albuquerque temperatures a bit. Where is this hot high-pressure system in December during your game when we really need it? We don't need it when it's June and it's already 95. Can I be honest with you? In the 15 years, we played the game 14 years at University Stadium, I only recall one bad weather day in New Mexico Bowl. I mean, it's been cold a couple times. I think we've been pretty blessed with weather for New Mexico Bowl Day, third Saturday in December for the last 15 years.
Yeah, you can deal with cold.
Well, I mean, you expect to in December, don't you? We had the Lobo
wind day.
The Lobo UTSA game was super windy, ripped down a lot of our signage and threatened the tailgating. Yeah. That was when Jason Sanders hit a 52-yard field goal into that wind.
NFL kicker.
Yeah, NFL All-Pro kicker, Jason Sanders. If you're looking for him, Carl's in on the 1989 Lakers. Jeff, this squad started the tournament 11-0, but didn't win the belt. With a week and a half before the championship game, instead of sitting on the couch, Coach Riley decided the best way to stay sharp for the bad boys was to breeze them, which teams never do during the playoffs. It was in one of these that Byron Scott destroyed his hamstring. Then in Game 2, Magic's hamstring went. As this unfortunately showed, the best teams don't always win the title. Look, that's what playoffs are, man. I don't know what to tell you. Your option on this isn't really your option. It's crown the regular season champion. That's it. Don't play playoffs. We were just listening to some conversation, JJ, on the injury thing and what should they have done. The players signed off on this, and the option was to play less games, and hence there was going to be less money. Everybody wants the money, but that's how you make the money is by playing the games, right? And so were the players willing to put money in escrow and take less money? From what we understand, the guys who are at the top of the scale making $40 million, yeah, I'll take 8% less or something. The guys who are only making $8 million, not so much. But the players decided
this year was going to be tough regardless.
Yeah,
you had to.
And next year maybe too.
Get back on track somehow. I think this offseason is the one they could have handled it better.
The one coming up.
Yes, I don't know why they were so. We got to get back to the normal schedule. Why? This is working out for you. We've talked more NBA basketball.
I agree.
The last few weeks than I think we've ever had on this show, even during the playoffs. I think it works for the NBA. This was the moment. So while, yes, we're dealing with the injuries, I don't think it's just because they had a shorter offseason, because at some point in time you had to get back on the court, because there were teams that went 6 months without playing, the teams that didn't show up to the bubble.
Yeah, what about those teams?
Like you had to play the game of basketball. So this year was going to be rough regardless, but I really think it was going into next season that you could have really got back on track and handled this better, especially now, just the way some of these teams and players are dealing with the injuries.
Yeah. I it stinks. And I'm not downplaying the fact that there are injuries, and there are more injuries seemingly, and I'm not downplaying that at all. But I guess this comes back to there's always got to be someone to blame, right? There's always got to, things can't just happen. There's always got to be someone to blame. And I'm not sure there is, man. I'm just like you guys opted to play. You didn't have to. The option was less games, delay it, make less money. Why should they make less money? Well, I don't know. They're playing less games, man. Hence generating less money. Kind of feels like that's how it works. Talk Lobo Hoops when we come back. Jeremiah Francis is going to be with us, Lobo guard. Looking forward to talking to him on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's.
Always Lobo hoop season around here, as you well know. And this year, I think fans are jonesing to get a look at, learn about, speak to, hear from Lobo basketball players after all the changes and the craziness we've been through. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Back to your calls in a little bit, but really I'm excited to have this conversation and glad that this young man was able to squeeze us into his very busy schedule. I know he's got lifting and workouts and everything else, but one of the returners from Lobo basketball amongst all the new is Jeremiah Francis, who joins us this morning on the opening drive. Jeremiah, how you living?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Excellent. Appreciate it. I know you got a lot going on, right? I've been told the schedule is just super, super busy between lifting and workouts, and just had a sliver of time to fit us in is what I'm told. So thanks for doing that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How's it going, man? Everything's new. I mean, last year everything was new. You showed up in a new place, in a new town. Everything was new. Now you show up, and I don't know. It's still all new again, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, sir. Just learning new things that Coach P, wants to install within the program. So, yeah, like you said, everything's still new.
I think your perspective is going to be really good for Lobo fan because you were here last year, and it was tough, and I don't want to dwell on it. But as you get into now Coach Pitino and all the new players, how's the feel for you? Is it a fresh start again? Where are you in your mind as you start Lobo basketball and going through summer stuff?
Yeah, most definitely. It feels like a fresh start. It feels like you're on a blank piece of paper now. You're writing your first sentence. That's how I feel about it. It's a whole new energy throughout the program. New guys are still coming in the program, and they're learning quickly. And I believe I'm learning quickly from Coach P. So, like you said, it's just a fresh start for me, I believe.
Jeremiah, what are the positives? What do you? I think as you go through life and you go through trials and tribulations, and you learn. We all learn lessons, right? And we've all been coached, we've all had mentors. Last year, probably very little was easy about it. What are the positives? What do you take out of last year?
Last year, just bonding with the guys. We went through a lot, and I believe that made us closer as a unit. For all the returners, all the returners, I believe we're on the same page, and now we just need to get the new guys onto the same page as the returners. And, like I said, we're learning new things each and every day.
Jeremiah, J.J. Buck here. Do you feel like a Lobo yet? Like, you look at what happened last year, you transfer in, the world shuts down, you don't get to practice at home, you don't get to play at home. Do you feel like you're a Lobo yet, or is this you just first experience even in Albuquerque?
I definitely feel like a Lobo. I definitely feel like a Lobo now. I finally met Snake for the first time yesterday. He was around the gyms getting the guys fired up. So I definitely feel like a Lobo, and this is a place where I want to be, and I want to win games for the town of Albuquerque. Just get Lobo basketball to where it needs to be.
You mentioned this is where you want to be. There's so much uncertainty in the challenge that last season was for you and your teammates. What kept you at UNM?
What kept me at UNM is just, I believe, it's just a basketball town, and just having those crazy roaring fans and have them back. I really just want to win basketball games for these guys. And, obviously, Coach Pitino is a great coach and has a great name throughout basketball. And like I said, you can't get much better than Coach Pitino and this basketball town, the Pit. I just want to get the Pit rocking again.
Lobo guard Jeremiah Francis with us on the opening drive. Talk about Coach Pitino and what he's brought and how guys have responded.
Coach Pitino just brought a new life throughout the program, I believe, and guys are responding well to him. He's a great guy, great coach, and it's an honor to learn from him each and every day. And I'm just willing to get better under him, and I'm sure all the guys are ready to get better as well.
Jeremiah, we're talking about practice. Not even a game right now, but practice at this moment in time. What's it like just to be able to practice at home and have your gym and be able to get shots up and just a sense of normalcy?
Yeah, most definitely. Like you said, just a sense of normalcy. Last year was a lot of struggles getting into our own gym, and just like you said, just being back to normal is just a blessing. And I don't want to say that affected us last year because we can't make any excuses. We got to go on. We got to get on the court and play as hard as we can. But just being back to normal is just a big plus for us. I believe this year is going to be special.
Hey, Jeremiah, we heard a lot of talk last year about the mental health stuff, and I don't doubt that it was real. What you guys went through, and I'm asking you this simply because we never really got a chance to talk to you about it. But as you went through the uncertainty, can you kind of talk a little bit about what you guys had to deal with? Never mind just basketball, although playing basketball and not winning obviously adds to some of that stuff. But I remember Coach Weir at one point talking about having to tell these guys, we're not going home. We're not going to Albuquerque after this game on Friday or whatever. All the ups and downs and the uncertainty. Can you talk a little bit about how you guys had to deal with that and some of the challenges?
Yeah, I believe we handled it well. You always have to go through a little bit of adversity throughout the season, and that was our adversity. Not getting done with our game and just going straight back to our hotels to stay in Lubbock, Texas for another week or two. But, like I said, you can't make any excuses. You need to go be able to perform on the court wherever you are. So, I mean, I wouldn't say just the uncertainty wasn't a positive for us, but, we all looked past it and we just kept our heads up as men. And it's like, okay, we got to play basketball. So it's just wherever we play basketball at, that's what we're going to give our 110% at.
Jeremiah Francis, Lobo Guard, is with us for a few more minutes on the opening drive.
Jeremiah, where are you right now just physically? How are you feeling overall and where your game is at right now in the summer?
I'm feeling great. I haven't felt like this in a long time. If the guys know my story, I'm not playing high school basketball for 2 years in Central Ohio. So that's what kind of hurt me. And then being able to – I was in and out my freshman year in North Carolina, but last year was my best year. I didn't miss any practices. I didn't have any health concerns last year, so I'm feeling good, and I feel like I'm getting better each and every day. I feel like my game's getting better. I always want to, put some consistency to my jump shot, and it's just that's how I feel. I feel like I'm getting better each and every day.
Do you know what your role is? Does anybody know what the role is on this team, or is this with a brand new coaching staff and what is it, 11 new guys who will be on the roster at this point? Where are you as you go to practice? Where do you fit in, or do you even know right now?
I honestly do not know right now. I'm talking to Coach P and talking to other guys on the coaching staff, and everybody doesn't have their role yet. But I just know whatever my role is, I'm gonna give it 100% and do what's best for this basketball team just to get wins for Albuquerque.
Jeremiah, I'm gonna guess for you, like you just want to feel comfortable. And I'm listening to your story, right? You didn't get to play a couple of years in high school ball. Then you go to North Carolina for a year. Then you have this crazy COVID year at New Mexico. Like, are you just looking for a comfort level just to be able to settle in and concentrate on school and basketball and life as opposed to just dodging obstacles all the time?
Yeah, yes, sir. I mean, but with life, there's always going to be adversity, So I don't even try to dwell on the past or the negativity around my life. I just want to keep my head up and keep going forward and just keep going with positive vibes around me. So, I kind of never dwell on that stuff, really.
Jeremiah, have you thought about what it's going to be like the first time that you come down that ramp at the pit and there's fans in the building, and what do you expect that experience to be like?
I haven't really even put it into realization yet, but I can only imagine, just even if we have a max number of fans, I could just know it's going to be rocking just because Lobo basketball hasn't been here for a year, and I just know these fans are just crazy about Lobo basketball, and I really can't wait for it.
Are you a steadying force? And I say that in the terms of there's 11 new guys, 4 new coaches. Everybody's got to be feeling their way around. Like, hey man, where do I go eat? What's going on? Everything's brand new. How does this team mesh right now? Like, do you feel the personalities? And I know you're just learning them. And who's the leader? Do you feel like you become a leader simply because you're here?
Yeah, like you said, there's 11 new guys, and I feel like we're bonding well. We just sit in the locker room and talk about basketball all day, which I love doing, and that's what these guys love doing. And like you said, can you repeat the other question for me?
Yeah, as far as a leader, do you feel like you become a leader just because you've been here? Or will that all work itself out as time goes? Because I'm just wondering, how are all the new guys meshing? Maybe it's too early to say that. You got a lot of new personalities.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I believe I am a leader. Just being here longer than the other guys, and just being a point guard. That's what point guards are. They're leaders, and I just want to lead this group to nothing but success. But like you said, there's a lot of new personalities, and we're learning them each and every day. We're learning their habits on the court, and as a point guard, I really need to learn those because I need to learn to put everybody else in a good position to be successful for them. So, I feel like I'm dwelling into a leader, and some of the returners are feeling like that as well.
All right, man, here's a couple quick ones for you on the way out. First up, who is the NBA playoff MVP so far?
I really like Devin Booker.
Nice.
But even I like Devin Booker.
All right.
I kind of do too.
That's a point guard giving the credit to Booker with the way
like
CP3's playing. And finally, who wins the title? Who's going to survive this playoff season?
I believe the Nets will. I believe the Nets will win, even 50-50, even those guys being 50-50. But I believe it'll be Suns versus Nets. But I believe they'll go to 7, and I got the Nets.
Nice. Hey, lastly, I just got a text from the football coach, and there's such a good feel over at UNM. Danny Gonzalez said, watching our football guys lift right now, 77 days away from game day, and listening to Jeremiah with my AirPods on. And he says, as a Lobo fan, I'm juiced for what's going on around here. Paint the town cherry. Do you feel winning 6 championships in some of the Olympic sports, in tennis and golf and things like that, and with the new coach, with football winning their last 2 games, do you feel something special going on over there? Because a lot of fans say they're just dying for Lobo's success. Do you feel a swell of energy and momentum going on over there?
Yes, sir. I definitely do. Like I said, with Coach Pete bringing nothing but positive energy and just getting guys better. That's his biggest thing that he loves. He loves getting guys better, and I'm just glad I can learn from him each and every day and get better under him each and every day. And I honestly, truly feel like there's a new spirit going around and around the pit. And I believe Lobo basketball will be crazy this year. I believe we're going to have a crazy year, and it'll shock a lot of people this year.
How good? I mean, are you talking contending for a league championship good? Or are you talking about like how good you thinking?
Wherever we go, I don't want to give no promises, but wherever we go, we're going to give 110%. We're going to go out there and play hard each and every night for the fans, and that's all I can say to you guys right now.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I really enjoyed the conversation. Thanks for spending some time with us. It's good to spend some time with you. For us, it's been so bizarre. We've always wanted to talk to you guys throughout the crazy season, and it's good. It's good to talk to you. Continued success to you. I know you got to go get some lifts in and go get the workout, but enjoy the summer, and thanks for spending some time with us, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
We'll see you. Jeremiah Francis.
Have a good one.
You as well. Jeremiah Francis. I thoroughly enjoyed that. How about Danny? This is what I keep telling you about the momentum going on over there. There's your football coach at workouts with his AirPods in, listening to us and saying, I'm super pumped about listening to the basketball guy and just talking Lobos and talking. And that's your football coach who's listening to the point guard. Right? I mean, I to me, there's something to that. Maybe I read too much into
that. Ride the momentum, ride the wave into the fall, what those sports were able to accomplish in the spring. Just starting with football. This is how you deal with it. What basketball, men's and women's, went through. The women's end up with the championship, and then to see the other Olympic sports rise. Absolutely jump on it, capitalize on this momentum going into the fall.
All right, feel free to comment on that. 505-246-0610 is the Quan's Auto Care hotline. The NMDOT text line is open. By the way, you can text the word "foo" or the word "Brad" to the NMDOT text line, and you'll have an opportunity to be entered into a drawing to win tickets to go see the Foo Fighters or to see Brad Paisley at the Isleta Amphitheater. So take advantage of the NMDOT text line at 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradies.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspets.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
That was really enjoyable, and thank you to Jeremiah Francis. I just, and you know, you and I have talked about this constantly, just to get to know the Lobo athletes. And I've got requests in for you to meet some of the new players, and so as soon as they're available, we'll have more of those conversations. But that's a young man who, JJ, it's not been easy. He was injured in high school, went to North Carolina for a year, came to New Mexico for a year, but spent that basketball season in Lubbock and in St. George, Utah, and in wherever else they were last year. And it was rough. And he's one of the guys that are still here. And I believe Richard Pitino likes him and the way he plays. And, you know, when I asked him, do you know your role? Does anybody know your role on this team? And the answer is no. But it feels like there's a new energy. And the other piece of that is to get that text from Danny Gonzalez while we're on the air talking to Lobo point guard, and your football coach is across the street saying, watching our football guys lift right now, 77 days away from game day. Listen to Jeremiah with my AirPods on. As a Lobo fan, I am juiced for what's going on around here. Paint the town cherry. There is a feel of something different going on around there. There just is.
And Jeremiah, first opportunity we've had to talk with him, fantastic conversation, composed. I love his attitude. And he's like, we'll let everyone else talk about what happened last year, make excuses. You can't dwell on it. And he has faced plenty of adversity already in his basketball career, and he has channeled that into focusing on what's right in front of him, and that is being healthy, being able to perform at his level. Because you see Francis, and last year was hard to watch that team and make large generalizations, but it's what happened. You saw them; they weren't good. But Francis is a player that you look at and you can see he can be a steadying force. Like, you see it. Like, maybe he's not going to wow you, be this explosive guy, but if you're looking for that point guard, I think he's going to have a huge role on this team to settle things down. Because with Jamal Mashburn Jr. set to come in later in the summer, Jalen House, is he really more of a combo guard? So the opportunity to be, whether it's a backup point guard or that steadying force, they need that on this team, and Francis has that chance.
So he wasn't a good shooter last year. But I remember a number of times saying, I'm telling you on the air, I like him. There's something about the way he plays. And I've run into a number of Lobo fans who are like, he's not good. I don't like him. Oh, okay. All right. First of all, after listening to that, I don't know how you wouldn't like that young man. Okay. But if you don't like him as a player, all right. But there's something I saw, and I think Richard Pitino, in a brief conversation, I think Richard likes him too. Now, is he going to be your star? Is he going to be point with the roster coming in? He's going to fill a role. To your point, I think in college basketball, in this league, having 2 point guards, hell, having one is a big deal. It's been a minute around here, but having 2 point guards, having a guy that can come off the bench, like I think of the point guards in this league. I think of what Nevada's done, and any of their success. I think of some of the guards that they've had. I think of San Diego State through the years, whether it was Xavier Thames or DJ Gay or whoever. Look at their point guards, right? I'll go back to Doris Gary and Hugh Greenwood and the steadying force of that 8 years of having the stability at point guard. Arguably the best 8 years we've had around here in 20 years of global basketball. And it really was steadied by the point guard. If you can have 2 of them, 2 that you can rely on, 2 ball handlers, 2 leaders that can go out there. I've told you for years, and I firmly believe this, and I think it's been proven, college basketball is a game that the best teams, and you can find me an exception, and there's an exception to everything, but the rule is always it's a guards game. And the great teams typically, not always, but typically, have terrific point guards. So,
yes, and it plays into the way coaches want to play. What Richard Pitino has talked about is coaches are funny, man. They'll tell you right. They don't want to overcoach, and then they get into overcoaching. But Richard Pitino says he doesn't want to just dwell on sets. He doesn't want to have everything be like, all right, stop. We'll call out this play. Right, no, but so if you have the guards, if you have multiple guys that can run the offense, that can get the players in motion, that can get the flow, you're going to be a good basketball team. And they have that. We'll see how Jalen House comes along, what his role is going to look like. And then even a potential third option, Saquon Singleton was someone that if you're looking for any bright spot, there was times when he had the basketball in his hand, going downhill, attacking the basket, good things happened. And so that's another player out there on the perimeter trying to be that creator, that distributor, and if you have those guys, it makes life easier for everyone else, and then you can kind of get to what you want, and that is the free-flowing basketball where you don't have to overanalyze everything on the court.
Yeah, I think all that's right, and you're going to watch it, and it's all going to figure itself out, and how does it play, and whose role is what, and it'll go, but that conversation and by the way, the perspective coming off of last year, and I certainly didn't want to ask him a lot about last year, but since we never got to talk to him, I was kind of curious, A, handling the mental stuff and the trials and tribulations, but B, what was the positive to come out of it? And he said the bonding and that kind of stuff. I just, if you look back on any trying situation in your life, I firmly believe the best way to look back on things is what
did you learn?
What did I learn out of it? How did I grow out of it? What was the positive that came out of it? And that's why I asked him it that way, and I thought it was a pretty good response.
I'm right there. That was actually the first thing I had on my list. What did you learn about yourself from last season?
Yeah, and he said, we bonded, and it was those sorts of things. So, yeah, if you want to get in on that, you can. 505-246-0610, and of course, you can send a text to that as well. We will post it on our social sites, and you're going to be able to re-listen to that as well. Good to be out again, isn't it? Whether society's ready for us, we're moving again, Steph. Whether there's enough people working at all these places, we're all out and doing stuff again. Living and doing stuff and feeling good, or at least I hope you're feeling good. Are you ready for it? Are you feeling well? If you are not feeling like you, I do suggest you call New Mail, and you can feel like you again. If you're a guy and you're dealing with some natural things, like low T, fatigue, even erectile dysfunction, there's a place right here in Albuquerque that can help you. New Mail is the trailblazer in men's health. They have been for years. They'll help. You just got to call them. They're not going to come find you. You need to call them. 505-652-1688, or you can go online at newmail, NUMALE.com. You'll feel better. You already know this, but I'll tell you again. As you age, men, things like hair loss, weight gain, even ED happen. Good chance that you're going to be affected. Nothing to be embarrassed about. In fact, the only thing to be ashamed of is if you do not do something about it, especially when there's something to do. Call New Mail at 505-652-1688. They're right here in Albuquerque. The process is comfortable. But the best part about this entire process is the results. It's real. It works. Men all over the country benefiting from this. Call New Mail at 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel better.
Here at The Sports Animal, we can't help but notice more people are getting their COVID vaccine.
Give it a shot. Come on.
And we know as soon as we reach
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One, two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far.
That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez.
Long look in. There's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights.
2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits a Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
This one swing, it's going to go straight. Let's see if it falls.
like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the third out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the third out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam.
Feel like we left someone out, and I feel horrible about it. You know, we're talking about the baseball ineptitude and the Diamondbacks now having lost 22 games in a row on the road, which ties a modern baseball record. Orioles have lost 18 in a row. They're chasing hard. The Rockies have the worst road record in baseball. They won like 5 games on the road. And Ryan reminds me that the Rangers are 10-27 on the road and 1-17 since May 10th. I honestly, I don't remember road home splits being this drastically different for this many teams in baseball in a long time.
Don't come at me with double-digit road wins.
I feel bad.
It's a luxury, Ryan.
Everybody's got double
10 wins.
Everybody but the Rockies have double-digit road wins. Everybody but the Rockies. But the Rockies sprinkling a win here and there. Oh, that's not right. The Diamondbacks only have 9. Sorry. Diamondbacks have 9. Even the Orioles, I believe, have double-digit. Yeah, they've got 11. I mean, the Orioles are 11-24 on the road. Rangers are 10-27 on the road. Pirates are 10-25 on the road. And then the Rockies are 5-27, the Diamondbacks 9-30. 5-27, 9-30 is horrific.
Is there anything that you want to watch in baseball right now?
Yeah, I want to watch the Diamondbacks keep losing. I like watching the Dodgers, Giants, Padres race. It's actually pretty good. Padres are slipping, though, bro. Yeah, there's stuff I want to watch in baseball.
Well, you're in it for the failure.
No. That's hardly what's going on with the Dodgers, Giants, Padres. They're all actually pretty good. I want to see record-setting failure, yeah. And it sucks because, like I told you, I mean, Torey Lovullo is the manager. He's my ex-teammate from back when we were kids.
You hit him up, give him some tips.
I'm not going to say anything to him, man. The last guy he wants to hear from is me right now.
You should try winning on the road.
You don't want to hear from anybody. Hey, dude, so why can't you win on the road? Did you try the spider tack?
Have you thought about scoring more runs?
Oh, what an idea.
Try it sometime. See how it works out for you.
Yeah. That's the call I got since we were talking about the windy day, the New Mexico Bowl, Lobo Santa UTSA. So noon kickoff. I'm standing in the south end zone. It's 10:30. We're setting up the A-frames, and literally as we're setting them up, they're going airborne. And the Gildan sign in that northeast corner ripped, like the wind blew it and ripped it away like a kite. The signage on the east side is ripped. The wind's blowing so hard. So I finally made a call. I said, we can't, safety call. Yeah. We can't set up the A-frames. And so I sent a text to my boss at ESPN and the sales guy who was in town. Said, hey, I had to make a call. It's dangerous. A-frames are going airborne. We're not going to have any signage. I know we'll have to deal with it. You know, I mean, from the business side, obviously going to have to deal with all that stuff that's sold. And so my direct boss says, nope, do it safe. Make sure everybody's safe. Sales guy says, have you thought about tying them down? I'm like, oh, what a great idea. No, will you pick up some string and some bubble gum?
Bags for me.
Yeah, we bring up some string and some thumbtacks and some chewing gum on the way down here for crying out loud.
Available.
What an idea. Gosh, Steph, I didn't even think about that.
Tape it to the
Did you think about trying to tie them down? No. Wow. Why don't you score more runs? You'll win more. Same concept, right? Same concept. Thank you, Gene. That's why you make all the money. Terry, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. What's up?
Good morning, gentlemen. Yeah, I've had a few stories about bosses that have these wonderful ideas that they didn't think an everyday person could think of.
No, my boss was right. This was the sales guy. He's my equal.
Oh, okay. I just digress on that a little bit. Dr. LeBron, I think he can join Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz. I mean, it's not like JoJo, Kawhi, Kyrie, AD, CP3 haven't been hurt before. Yes, it's a tough year. It seems like it's dominating the playoffs. But, yeah, things happen. And like you said, 5 years from now, whoever's the champion, they'll be the champion and move on. The D-backs, today's the day. It's like old Jim Rome says, when, you got a chance to set the record and be by yourself.
Got to do it. Gotta do it.
You got to step up to the plate, and maybe take that called third strike and move on. Props to Stephanie. Yesterday she was in charge of the stolen car hotline, and now she's doing sports today. I think instead of Mariano Rivera, maybe she's the Bo Jackson of producing, doing an awesome job. Edward with the White Shadow, great memories. Ken Howard didn't realize he had passed away 5 years ago, the coach and all that. But compared on injuries, I guess today in the Denmark-Belgian game, they're going to kick the ball at the 10-minute mark.
That's correct.
I'm just thinking if somebody had a story at the ESPYs and one guy goes up, I rolled my ankle, the other guy goes, I hurt my knee, and that player comes up and goes, yeah, I died on the field. And luckily they had a defib machine and somebody that knew how to use it and got him back better. So hopefully he has a future in sports, but hopefully he just has a good life to move on with.
Yep.
So on those lighthearted notes, I don't know, have we had an update, or since it's on the West Coast, does it
Haven't
not
started
kick off
yet.
for a couple hours?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Eduardo Molinari -1 after 1. There you go.
Okay,
We got
so you
6
can
guys
say
on
he
the
was
course.
bleeding. All
6
right,
guys
we
on the
have
course.
that.
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
have a great day, guys.
Later.
Take care.
Eduardo Molinari -1 after 1. Sahith Tegala, Grayson Sig, Brad Kennedy, Andy Pope all even, and Thomas Aiken bogeyed the first hole. There you go. There's your open update. That would be a hell of a segment. Yeah, no, I blew my ACL on the court. Oh, man, I hurt my groin in the playoffs. Oh, yeah, Alex Smith comes up. Damn, I almost lost my leg, dude. It snapped. They did a whole thing on me. Yeah, I died on the field. And what? Checkmate. Mic drop, right? I mean, how many people can say I died on the field? I mean, if you died on the field like you died, this guy died and came back. Winner?
He did.
He did. No, I know. I know.
Give everything for the game.
No.
I would leave it all on the field. Like he died.
He died
on the field.
And then came back. Yeah. Sorry about your sprained ankle, Kyrie.
Talking about.
What's that?
Christian Eriksen is who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Denmark player, who, and I don't know how that team handled it after that fact.
It's insane. And if you watch it, it's like, and then afterwards, knowing that we just watched a guy stop breathing, like watch him, just his body goes limp, and it's just a random, innocuous play, right?
Yeah, he was just
in the course of play,
walking,
and the dude just goes down, random. It's, and then to know the guy was out, like he stopped, and they brought him back. Yeah. Oh, Kyrie, you hurt your ankle. That's brutal. Oh, dang, AD, your groin went out. That stinks. I'm sorry. Oh, Kawhi hurt his knee. He's out for the playoffs. Oh, Alex Smith, Joe Theismann, you guys snapped your legs. That stinks. Sorry, Dak Prescott. Oh, but you're gonna come back. Yeah, I died. They brought me back. I died.
Eriksen's life was saved when CPR was administered on the pitch and his heart was restarted with the defibrillator before he was taken in the hospital.
Yeah, winner. I mean, if that's a winner.
And
winning
those
that he's alive.
guys booked it across that field to help.
Did you
him.
see that?
It was amazing.
And it's like you know when something's serious. You know when a guy goes down with like a groin injury, and you know when a guy snaps his leg or is dead or is paralyzed. Or I mean, like the Daryl Stingley hit. I'm sorry, Daryl Stingley, back in the day. You see the reaction of players on a field, the court, the whatever. When a guy goes down and is seriously hurt, and everybody's waving to the bench to get over here quick, like they know. Then all of a sudden, it just changes. Yeah, Christian Eriksen was down. So at 10 minutes today, they're going to kick the ball out of bounds. Is that what I read?
Does it have a moment for Eriksen and Romelu Lukaku, who's on Belgium? He's a teammate with Christian Eriksen at Inter Milan. So he's the one that kind of brought it to the table to say they want to have a moment in today's match for Eriksen. I
think that's right, and that's going on in the Euro Cup that's going on, and ESPN showing like every game. Have you watched any of that? Have you caught any of the international football, as they call it?
That's a serious question. Of course I have.
Yeah, sorry.
You know who I am.
All right, I did watch. I had on The Office the other day that Portugal was it. Who'd Portugal play when Ronaldo scored twice?
Hungary.
Was it Hungary? That sounds about right. I did have that on in The Office. And I will give you this. There was action in that. That was a lot better to me than watching New Mexico United not have a shot on goal against Austin Bold. Like it was what a different world. What a different world that was to me. Yeah, that was like, okay, I can actually take a look at this. Yeah. Jared, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. What's up, Jared?
Hey, good morning. Let's not forget the great Owen Hart, who gave his life to the craft of professional wrestling back in May 23rd, 1999, when he fell to his death from the rafters, trying to please us fans. And the show went on.
Then the show goes on.
Show goes on.
Yep.
So I'm going to go to work today. I'm not going to pass out. I'll sweat. I'll make it happen.
I hope so.
But I wouldn't die. I won't die for my craft, though. So.
All right, Jared. Thanks.
Thank you.
Later. Yep. It's all relative, isn't it? It's all relative. All right, we're going to wrap it up when we come back. 505-246-0610. You still have time to get in. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Glad you're with us this morning on ProView Networks. Where's your truck? And at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
By Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep the students, teachers, and staff safe. We can also help every business reopen and keep their employees and customers safe as well. Don't just disinfect. Novalent antimicrobial technology provides ongoing residual protection against bacteria and viruses and is proven to last up to 90 days. That's right, up to 90 days. Call us today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer Zero for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us.
The Terps are in Nevada today. They'll play in Reno tonight. You listen to it here on the Sports Animal. 7:15 is when Josh Sushan will crack the microphone, and you get that 6-game series before they return home. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda, J.J. Buck. Stephanie's producing on the radio side, and Lobo Hobo said, Hammer the Hoe. Jeff, with a nickname like Hammer, you can't have an average hoe. You got to kill it. P.S., to be safe, you might want to just drive to SoCal. So I thought about that, JJ. I told the story about flight was canceled, teenager in tears. So I actually, when I called to change the rental car, I'm like, hey, so can I get one in Albuquerque and just drive? Yeah, there's no cars. There's no cars available. Like nothing. Okay.
I think they sold them all because there was no one traveling, so all these companies bought these cars.
I'm just telling you, like the world, we're ready to open. Everybody's ready to move and do stuff again. But the patience that you're going to have with everything, it's going to take more than a minute for everything to get back up to speed. Rental cars, personnel, flights, crews, people, restaurants. Everything is going to be slower and not as efficient because literally we're restarting. Like, and I experienced it for everything. The rental car or the parking lot shuttle, they only have one going. How can you only have one? They used to have 3, 4. It's one. So if you miss it, you're sitting there until that guy goes through and drops everybody else off. And it is what it is, man. Just be patient. Where's that other one I needed to get to? You sent me emails, jeff@sportsanimалabq.com, jj@sportsanimалabq.com. NMSU football equals Nedward Abraham James. Do you see the correlation? Not really? Bruce says, Jeff, yesterday Ned told Trulio he came to Lobo football because he knew they were going to play Nebraska. He knew they were going to play Tennessee, and he knew he was going to get playing time. Does fearless Doug Martin use these same selling points? He should. Sell what you got, right?
You have to. That's what we talked about last week.
Yeah. Sell what you got, right? I mean, look. I mean, are you selling them on playing at UTEP in New Mexico? I don't know. Well, we got great rivalries, and these kids are going, oh, that sounds awesome. But we're not in a conference. Well, we're going to go to Alabama, and we're going to go play at Texas. Oh, okay. We're going to UCLA, or you're going to play in the Rose Bowl. All right. And you got a real chance to play. Okay. I'm listening. Now, you may get whooped-ed, but you got a chance to play, and you're going to play in the Rose Bowl.
It's a selling point, but it's not going to make you a good football team.
Correct. Well,
it's the reality.
Well. I mean, if it's a selling point, it brings you in better players. Then better players will make you a better football team. Won't it? Now, it's not going to make you win those games. No, it's not going to make you win that game. But will it help you beat Central Michigan? Will it help you beat Texas State? Will it help you beat UTEP? Will it help you beat New Mexico? you get a few extra better players in here because they're in for those games, yeah, we're going to go to the Rose Bowl, but can we win these games, please? No? It's a tough one. Look, I'm not telling you there's a golden pill here on this thing. Golden pill? Whatever that even means.
You know what? It makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of did, right? I mean, I don't even know what it means, but all right. Maurice sent me this one on Derek Carr. Did you see the Raiders quarterback is ready to bring a championship belt to Vegas after meeting Wayne Newton? And there's a story about how he's been going to Knights games, and he thinks that the Golden Knights thing is going to help the Raiders. Quote, it's been really cool just seeing the city come together, and I try to take that and imagine what 70,000 people would be like with laser shows and the music and all that. I'm sure our defense will be really excited to go out and hit people with that kind of atmosphere. Now for me, please be as quiet as a church mouse. Please be quiet, but when the defense is out there, it'd be cool to see. And then he met Wayne Newton. He met Mr. Vegas. I met Wayne Newton, which was crazy. But he's a super nice guy. His wife was very nice. Wayne Newton, shout out to you. It was nice to meet you.
Wayne Newton.
Did you see where he said if he was traded, he'd retire?
So Derek Carr has absolutely endeared himself to Raider fan.
Which is cool because I actually really like Derek Carr.
He seems like he is a very nice guy.
Been on our show before.
On and off the field.
Yeah.
But Derek, they don't even love you that much.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate where you're coming from, but he said that he would retire before playing for another team. Like I appreciate the passion, but
because there's a real chance, although slight, that the Aaron Rodgers
they got a call saying, you know what, we'll take Derek Carr for Aaron Rodgers. They're dropping it in a heartbeat.
Right, and you're freezing your stones off in Green Bay.
Oh, he's going to retire because he can't live not being a Raider.
So I go back with Derek Carr back to the third New Mexico Bowl. First time Fresno State was here. Went up to Fresno to make the announcement, and Pat Hill wasn't in Fresno that day. I did the show, this here radio show from the radio station up there, and Pat was in Bakersfield recruiting Derek Carr. And then Derek came the next year as I believe as a redshirt freshman. He was here, and then he was on our show a number of times at the media day. So, but what I know about Derek, he's a super, very deep in his faith, very loyal, big family guy, and just one of those genuinely really nice guys. And so I believe he's ingrained as much as he says he is in the Raiders. And I also agree with you that I'm not sure the Raider or their fans are as much ingrained as him as he wishes they were. And that's simply because they haven't had the success. If he took him to a Super Bowl, they'd love him.
They've been ready to fire you for 3 years.
That's right. They've been waiting for something else. They brought in Marcus Mariota, waiting for you to fail. And by the way, I thought he had a really nice year last year. I thought Derek Carr played really well most of the time last year. If you're going to go into this whole conversation like we have over time and who's biggest year for quarterbacks, and last year we said it was two guys who 2 years ago was Jameis. Who did we say was last year? I don't remember. It was Baker. Baker was one of them. If I was going to tell you like the biggest make or break, it's a big year. Derek Carr's right at the top of that list. Whatever they're doing in Denver, probably Drew Lock is right near the top of that list. I'm not sure. I've got a lot of others for you, but those would be my two guys. Maybe Kirk Cousins, and Daniel Jones. There's my list of guys who it's a big year as far as where are you in that organizational plan. Kirk Cousins but Kirk Cousins and Derek Carr. Those will be my two, and Daniel Jones.
And Daniel Jones is at the top of the list for me. Derek Carr's feels like he's been there the last 2 years.
Yeah, and he's still there. And it's a quarterback that's good, but you're not going to move on him just to do it with what they have invested and kind of where they've been picking in the draft. What do I always tell you? When you're going to make a move, you better have a plan. What is your plan? If you're making a move and then figuring out how we're going to get better, you're going to lose. Okay, what is your plan? If you're going to fire a coach, you're going to cut a quarterback, if you're going to move on from somebody, you're going to fire an employee, what's your plan to get better? Because you can't just make the move and then figure out your plan. You better have a plan. So with all due respect to whatever you think about Derek Carr, There's not 20 people in the world who do what he does better than him. Now you can say, Jeff, that doesn't make him an elite, and you'll be right. He's not elite. But until you find something better, what's your plan? You brought in Marcus Mariota. Now, if you want to tell me Aaron Rodgers is your plan, okay, I'm down. Yeah, if you can make that trade, you make that trade. If you trade up to get Mac Jones, or then I'll question you. But in your mind, you have a plan. Now, it may not work, but you have a plan. If you were going to go and get Justin Fields, I'm listening.
Yeah.
You have a plan.
That's your plan.
I may not agree with it, and it may not work. But you don't just get rid of this guy to bring in Marcus Mariota. That's not a plan. That's another guy that, well, maybe, maybe not. And I guess they're all maybe, maybe nots. But for all the Raider fans who tell me we got to move on from Derek Carr, okay, maybe. So what's the plan? What's better? Tell me what's better and available. I'm listening.
Always have a plan.
Yeah. Thank you to Jeremiah Francis, Global Guard. He was with us today. Appreciate him being with us. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd will follow that. Sorry, Aaron, I kind of was out of your frame. Sports Bar, Trulio, and who's in with Trulio today? Is it Edward Abraham? I don't even know. But the Sports Bar is this afternoon at 3, and then Isotopes at Reno at 7:15. Steph, great work. Aaron, always appreciate you. JJ, enjoy your day. I don't know from where I will join you tomorrow, but my plan is to join you tomorrow.
Have a day, y'all.
Is that all right? All right, some way, somehow. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. See you tomorrow.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?